Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kenny Wallace Show, brought to you by JEGS, the leader in high-performance aftermarket car parts. Remember, hey, look at there. There's the JEGS car. Remember, go to jegs.com for all your aftermarket high-performance car parts. They have it all. Well, here we go again. 2 weeks in a row. All the NASCAR drivers wrecking each other. Kyle Busch was right last week. You know, there's a lot of people that don't like Kyle Busch because he wins a lot. And he doesn't say what you want him to say. You want him to be more respectful. You want Kyle Busch to be the way you want him to be. But I got to tell you, that might have been 2 years ago. That might have been 2 months ago. Kyle Busch has been in the NASCAR Cup Series his whole life. He's been here a long time. He's won a lot of races. So now, when people mature, we listen to them. Last week, Kyle Busch said there's no respect in the NASCAR Cup garage. And he's right. After Sunday's race at the Circuit of Americas, we had Ryan Preece say, quote unquote, all these NASCAR drivers are a bunch of hats. He's right. They cannot go into turn one without piling into each other and wrecking each other up. They're the greatest drivers of all time. They are. I'll argue with that. Listen, I did a special about that. I don't want to hear what, I'm not going to, I'm not going to listen to you tell me, well, Joe down here at my track should be in NASCAR. He's not. All right. Now, I'm not being a smart butt. I'm just saying he's not there. We're dealing with now in real time. These are the world's best Cup drivers. So let me give you one of the greatest race car driver of all time, Jenson Button, Formula One driver. I mean, this guy is the guy. Now remember, Jenson Button, he's on my notes right here. Kimi Räikkönen, Kimi Räikkönen, Jenson Button, Jordan Taylor. We had all these world-class drivers in the NASCAR Cup race on Sunday at Circuit of the America. But I'm going to give you exactly the quote of Jenson Button. He says, these NASCAR Cup drivers are on it every second. They drive so hard. He said this one race in this Cup race was like a full year for me in Formula One. He said it's fun to get revenge, but there comes a time where it's ridiculous. Then Jordan Taylor said the same thing. See, what's going on right now in the Cup Series is ridiculous. It's funny. It's funny. I reckon he wrecks him. But then it's like, okay, caution. Okay, let's re-rack him. Caution number 2. We're on the 4th restart, and we can't get through turn 1 because these drivers have lost their minds. Kyle Busch was right. There's no more respect. Now, this does not have to do with daddy having money and daddy buying me a ride. For some reason, I love Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece is an awesome race car driver, and he's right. Ryan said, these drivers have money, they bought their rides, and they don't care. They don't have to fix their race cars. Well, Ryan's mad because these drivers doing all the wrecking, they didn't pay for their rides. They did not pay for the rides. Now, did they pay for the ride when they got to the Truck Series? Did they pay for the ride when they got to the Xfinity Series? Maybe. Well, once you get to the Cup Series, nobody's paying for no ride because nobody got $20 million. All right? So if you are in the Cup Series, you're there because you've won. Dave Blaney's won, right? Austin Cindric's won. Austin Dillon's won. So this whole deal of he only wrecks people because his daddy bought his ride. That's okay. I agree that you want to like that narrative, but the bottom line is this: everybody's desperate. So the Herminator says, here's why everybody's wrecking each other. They're desperate. Desperate people do desperate things. Right now, I don't mind it because I don't care, right? I like watching them all wreck each other because I got no skin in the game. However, okay, remember I told you I don't care because I got no skin in the game. However, like I always remind you all, I've ran 905 NASCAR races, 355 Cup races, 544 races in the Xfinity Series, and I didn't run that long by wrecking everybody. Now, we've all wrecked our share of people. You're going to have run-ins. But what's going on right now in the Cup Series is out of hand, right? Pretty soon, these car owners are going to get tired of fixing these $500,000 and $525,000 cars. These cars cost a lot of money, and they're not finishing. Now, at the end of the race, Daniel Suarez was upset because he must have got drove through. He's probably going to get a penalty. You know why? Because after the race, he was so mad, he went wiggling through there, and right before he got to, to pit road, bam, he knocked the hell out of Ross Chastain. Then he knocked the hell out of Alex Bowman. These drivers are losing their mind. Some driver bumps them, and he's going back after him. So what was a great race ended up being a tough show to watch at the end. But the Kenny Wallace show right here, right now, is about Kyle Busch saying, we've lost all respect. It's not a good show right now. I want to say show, but Charlie's going to bleep me out because I can't say that one time on YouTube. It's a bad show right now at the end of these races. These drivers don't know how to lay off each other. So here's what I say. Instead of NASCAR penalizing these drivers, I think they should be shamed. Here's what Kenny Wallace says. Listen, let's wrap this up. All right, let's wrap it up. If you accidentally take out a driver, okay? If you accidentally take out a driver, even if it's an accident, in the next driver's meeting, you have to stand up in front of all your peers. This will be NASCAR's punishment. You have to stand up in front of all your peers, all the sponsors that are there in the driver's meeting, and you have to apologize. You have to say, my name is Daniel Suarez. I'm so sorry. I lost my mind after the race. Shame them. Same thing anyway, right? On Wednesday, when they come out with these penalties, they announce it all over America. They announce it. Penalty. Hendrick, $400,000 penalty all over America, all over social media, all over TV, all over everywhere. What's the difference? But I'll tell you what the difference is. When you're a good race car driver, we want respect inside that garage area. We don't care about anybody else. We want our sponsors and our family to love us. But what matters most as an athlete is getting respect inside that garage area. Now, I remember Joey Logano saying, listen, I am two-faced. I get that, okay? But, sometimes we talk out both sides of the mouth. Can you imagine if every driver lined up in the NASCAR series and went to Joey Logano and said, man, you show no respect. You're a dirty driver. That hurts. So that's the only way this is going to end. And I'm going to tell you, you know where the Herminator dreamed that up at? That's what Ernie Irvan had to do at Talladega in the driver's meeting. Yes, he did. Ernie Irvan wrecked so many people that the whole garage area was talking bad about Ernie. Ernie Irvan stood up in front of everybody in the NASCAR Cup garage at Talladega, and he says, I want to apologize to all the drivers. I've been driving like an idiot. All the drivers forgave him, and then everybody loved Ernie. Until then, but right now, we got a tough show going on in NASCAR. It's like a pitcher just beaning somebody every time he gets up there. Hey, here's a new batter. Bam, hit him right in the head. Whoa, what you can't throw the ball down the plate? Sorry. Then the next batter gets up. Bam, hit him in the head. So, all right, let's break it down. These drivers are not running in each other because they got daddy's money. That's just something people go to. These drivers are running into each other because desperate people do desperate things, all right? And everybody has got a lot of pressure on them, and they're all breaking. All right, everybody, listen. I appreciate you watching the Kenny Wallace Show. Remember to subscribe right here. And remember, we are in podcast form. We are on iTunes. We are on Spotify. So remember to subscribe right here and listen. We got a new microphone. You hear us a lot better. All right, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you then.